As tensions continue to simmer on the global stage,
Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and great millstone who do rule well and teach this truth with all honesty and sincerity, with great diligence. Double shalom to you Akim that puts this truth around the four corners of the earth to wake up the hopeful elect of Israel with all honesty and sincerity, with great diligence. Double shalom to you Akim that come looking like the heathen, but you are in fact of the stock of Israel, and you hold near and do this truth and follow the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, wherever you may be scattered. And shalom to the few sincere Agwathim that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role as the Lord commanded you to. It's your brother Azor from GMS St. Louis. And this video is inspired by a conversation that I had with a proud young devil, on the plantation today. And just, throughout the days, he expressed his pride in this country, in, his race or whatever. And the more he talked, the more I just remember he don't know shit. You know, uh, he green, as they say. Believe in the things that this country pushes you to believe, which are lies, man. And he was talking about the might of America and this country, and he said something to the effect of, well, if anybody comes and tries to fight this country, all those little small countries that are teaming up with these other countries, will blast them to smithereens and then deal with the other countries. That's not how it's gonna work, bro, buddy. Pal. That's not how it's gonna work. You know, once they let off, once they start this thing, everybody is going to start shooting off their missiles, man. So it's not going to be time to, deal with this little small country and this small country, and then we're gonna take on the big bad bear, Russia. No, bro. But it go to show how proud these devils are, man. They can't see their own demise, and it's right in front of them, man. It's right in front of them. This is the book of Obadiah, and I'll start from the top. The vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh, concerning Edom, which are the so-called white people, man. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And who is it talking about, man? It's talking about America, man, and these habitations of Esau, man, specifically America, man, the stronghold of the Edomites, um, here in the West. Man, fucking. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And all the rest of these nations, man, they are turning and pointing the finger at E. Specifically these ones in the West, man, with all their wickedness that is spreading abroad. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's definitely what this devil was basically saying. Who gonna bring us down? And without saying too much, I'm just like, about every 1,000 years or so, rulership changes, right? And you could just see the look on his face, like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's cool. Keep it that way. But you'll see soon enough. Thou, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. And around 1969, you know, they start trying to break through um the earth atmosphere, man. The Lord gonna bring them down, and their civilization, their rulership started to decline then, and it's gotten just more decrepit as time went on. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? The men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and have prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. You see, like these nations who was in league with you, they're breaking away from you. And we see that in the world, man. They're teaming up with other nations, man, to come against you. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, talking about you Germans, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And I didn't get into it, but it's all because of prophecy, man. The way you treated the Lord's people, man, the way you just created, man, to play this villain, man, to be the villain. And now, his time is up. Is really no more need for him after his said amount of wickedness is fulfilled. I'm gonna jump down to verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done. And you, a heathen is any nation that's not of the nation of Israel, man. If you're not of the 12 tribes of Israel, from Judah on down to Issachar, you're a heathen, man. And that's by your father's lineage. If your father is not an Israelite, you're a heathen, man. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. You see, man, these people went around and basically rape, rob, and pillage the whole earth, man. Oppressed every living thing, you know, animals, trees, the ocean life, man. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. These devils gonna be wiped off the face of the earth, man. As soon as their 1,000 years hard captivity, hard bondage is complete. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. You see, the table's gonna turn, man, and that's one thing these devils can't fathom. The people that we had in captivity are gonna, they ain't even considering that we are the next up candidates, man. It's gonna take them by surprise and by storm. Uh, Go to the book of Habakkuk 2, and I started from the top. I will stand up on my watch and set me up on the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Salakia. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely, Salakia, come. It will not tarry. I mean, it seemed like it's taking a long time, but it's gonna come for sure. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith, by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. And these devils is full of pride, man. They don't think that there is no other power other than themselves. You know, the elites know, but they have these regular schmegular everyday Edomites, man, thinking that they're invincible, man. That's another reason these other countries hate this place, man. You devils go abroad and you're proud as hell, man. And we know that the scriptures say pride cometh before the downfall, roughly paraphrasing in the book of Proverbs, and haughtiness before a fall. Neither keepeth at home. He's always in somebody else's business. He always in some other land meddling, stealing, raping, robbing, you know, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. Now, when they go and invade a place, they never leave, man. They never leave. And what does that do? That makes the home front weaker. You see, now there's no people running and busting the door down to enlist in the military. You know, they even talking about drafting women, man. This man is desperate. Who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. You know, he wherever he go, man, is it's a trail of bones. You know, and folk coughing and you know, sick and fucked up. That's what he does. And cannot be satisfied. Right? You have everything, man. Your blessing was to live in the best parts of the land. Your blessing was to live by the sword, and you do that, man. You do that, and it's still not enough. You know, they feeling the effects of selling their birthright now that the end is near. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Don't they go around spreading democracy and saying this and that? You know, don't they give these foreigners uh, grants? You know, $1 million grants to come and open up stores and shops in our neighborhood. You know, they put a beacon out like this is the place where you come to live a good life. But really, you know, they heap all these people unto them so they can live out their wickedness that they couldn't live in their other country, man. You know, a lot of them moles come over here from the other country because they will be put to death in their home country. So they come over here to live that filthy lifestyle, you know, to commit wickedness that's not permitted in other parts of the world, more in the eastern parts. And they spread this Mo philosophy everywhere, like you know this rainbow agenda, which destroys nations, man. Look at every nation that have adopted that type of way of living, man. Utterly destroyed. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay? And that thick clay is debt, man. These people got a high debt to pay, man. monetarily and spiritually with the Lord, man. You've accumulated a debt on both ends, man, spiritually and physically, man. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? You gonna be a spoil. You gonna be they're gonna spoil you, man. That's what the word booty means, like a spoil. Spoils of war, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. You see, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. You see, all the things they have done, they've brought this on themselves, man. And there's no way to run from it, man. You're gonna be faced with your judgment, man. Thou hast um for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. And this place is established by both of those, man. You know. Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And that's what he does, man. He sets people up, like it's a good thing, just to bring shame upon them, man. Just to take advantage of them, man. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And Yahweh Shai is the Lord's right hand, man. He gonna drink of that judgment, man. And it said, let his foreskin be uncovered. All his dirty deeds, man, is being aired out as we speak. All the things of Esau and what he has done and his history and the things that they have lied about, the things that they have hidden is being revealed, man. Mostly of his own people, you know, mostly of his own people, man. A lot of these devils can't stand these devils, man. And we know that the scriptures say a house divided cannot stand. And right now, Satan is against Satan, man. Esau is against Esau, man. These other Edomite countries, man, are gonna lay the smackdown on this man, man, through the instructions of the Heavenly Father. Um, go to the book of Psalms. This is Psalms 49, and I'll start at verse 6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can be by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Yahweh a ransom for him. For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beasts that perish. Their way is their folly, yet their posterity approve their sayings. Selah. You know, and the point being, these guys think that their house is gonna go on forever, man. They don't ever see their demise coming. Even with all this going on, man, they think they're gonna come out victorious, man. And that's not the case. Let me go to the book of Isaiah. Whew. Chapter 14. And I'll start at the top. And it reads, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob," the Israelites, "and will yet choose Israel, also the Israelites, and set them in their own land." And these people, 1948 is that didn't happen, man. So how are y'all the people, and the Lord didn't set you in that place, man? The Balfour Declaration did, under the hands of other devils. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. You see, the tables are going to turn, man. Your demise is inevitable. You Edomites. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Talking about us Israelites, man. These Edomites didn't have to serve no hardcore bondage yet. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. Ain't nobody coming to your rescue, bro. The whole earth is at rest, and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon sang, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us, man. You see, they go through and destroy whole habitations, man, whole ecosystems, just for some agenda, or some materials that they want to harvest out of the earth, in overabundance, man. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven? O Lucifer, and that's come down from their rulership. O Lucifer, meaning they call themselves the Illuminati, being enlightened, well, they're enlightened in wickedness, man. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? And Esau weakened the nations, man. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also, Salakia, upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the height of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden under foot. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts. And that means the Lord of armies, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and will sweep it with the besom of destruction, said the Lord of hosts. These Edomites, they have to go down, man. You know, the Lord is telling um his prophets, over and over, man, in these scriptures, man. Prophesy against Mount Seir, and telling them of their destruction, while they trying to play like the scriptures of their book. Well, why did you write your own demise in it? Why can't you stop your demise from happening? Because it is of the Lord, man. Um, and this fucking little ass proud devil, man. He think that they got it all figured out, but the Lord have a different plan, man. This is Ezekiel 38:4. I'll start at 3. And say, Thus said the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with him, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. You see, so that's why Russia is defending certain of these smaller countries, man. You see, this is all prophecy, man. This is the doing of the Lord. After many days thou shalt be visited, In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. And thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. And America is a big city without walls, man. It's a big city without gates, without walls, you know, and the people are at rest here, man. Everybody is lackadaisical, in that, chilling spirit. They work, they go home, they watch the games, they all about the bread and circus, man. They not even thinking about the times to come, man. All they thinking about is the weekend coming up. Um, Grab Revelations 18. This is Revelation chapter 18, and um, I'll just start it from the top. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. You see, this is the new Babylon, America. They model themselves after all these previous wicked kingdoms. In that time, Babylon was the glorious kingdom, man. You know, uh, um, just filled with precious everything, wonderful, wonderful to look at, and people marvel over it. Just like America, man. They the superpower of this time. you know, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Right. I mean, all these nations have, gotten in bed with America, man. Have taken on some of this democracy and these philosophies. They go over there and spreading this feminism, and all these women are loose. Street runners, busybodies, hoes, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. You see, the people that sell all this shit to America, man, they become rich, man. Especially off the Israelites, man, because we have to, buy our goods, man. We don't have our own everything like we once did. So we're the biggest consumers, man. Especially our women. And these other countries, they capitalize off of that. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And this definitely what this young devil was saying today, man. Like y'all just undefeatable and untouchable. Untouchable. You know, they used to yell that out on certain mixtapes back in the day, but they think they untouchable, man. But guess what? The Israelites are gonna be the real untouchable ones when the Lord give us that power, man. When the Lord raise us up, man. Verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. You see? You ain't gonna have time to we're gonna take down these little countries and then we're gonna deal with the big bro Russia. No, man. They all gonna jump your ass. You know? And if you have been in fights, man, it don't matter if you how big you are, how tough you are, how strong you are. Man, when you getting jumped, man, you gonna get some licks, man. You gonna take some licks. Unless they that weak. But these other countries not weak like that no more. You know? Yeah, other parts of the world gonna be messed up too, but this place, it's just gonna be a lake of fire, man. With all those ICBM missiles hitting this place, man, it's gonna be a lake of fire, man. And that's what the scripture is talking about. America being judged, man, for the wickedness. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. You see? So this place is gonna be through. It's gonna be done, man. And some of these missiles from the east part of the world can reach here in 30 minutes. The Lord said in 1 hour your plagues gonna be, up on you, man. In 1 hour. You know how long an hour of judgment is? Just missiles raining down on this place, man. That's gonna be a show, man. And these devils think they just so undefeatable. We gonna see, man. We gonna see, and that's all I say. We gonna see, man. Just what happens, But hope this been an edifying lesson. I'm gonna say Kwam Yasharala, Shalom, and Abba Ball.